Hey, what's going on YouTube? KoltFordyV here with a new series, Dadum's Digest. This series, we're gonna dive into Discord asked questions. We've got a spot in there that you can go in and ask your general Madden questions and get a shout out here on YouTube. So make sure you guys get on in there. Discord link is in the description below. And go ahead and go ask your questions. The first question is coming from our guy, Backstabbeth14, and he asks, how do we shoot gaps with offensive linemen pulling run plays? Like power, strong power, 45 quick base, regular base, a lot of different pulling offensive linemen run plays. Let's get into it here. We're gonna go ahead and go over two different plays here, one out of the doubles Y off Pats, and then the other one out of trips tight end. This first one is halfback base. A ton of different halfback base plays in a lot of different playbooks. We see it out of bunch, we see it out of tight, we see it out of a bunch of different options or a bunch of different playbooks. To guard these pulling offensive linemen, I do like to come out in a variation of a cover three play. Doesn't have to be cover three sky, doesn't have to be any sort of specific cover three play. Biggest thing is making sure that you have the correct force and cut back defenders. How do we find these? You can hold the left trigger and push either B or circle on the PlayStation or X/square on the PlayStation, depending on which content or console that you're on. Okay, and you're gonna see you've got the C and the F. Okay, what's great about this is that the force defender or the F defender over there on the right side is going to get that outside contained, so that way they can't bounce it outside at all. Thanks for swinging by the VLP YouTube channel. If you like today's content, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe so you don't miss any of our weekly uploads. Now, what I like to do with this is I like to go ahead and put my user almost head up with the halfback, but I'll make sure that I'm on the inside shoulder so that way I can get ahead of this run. And you wanna make sure that you get to the hole faster than the runner does. And as you can see there, we just muddy it up and you're able to kind of get a nice muddied look or a muddied kind of hole there. And let's go ahead and go to the instant replay here. Here in the instant replay, as you can see, we get to that hole a lot faster than the running back does. And that just creates a wall. So that way the running back can't get to the hole fast enough. Let's go ahead and do one more rep in this play and then we'll get to the trips tight end halfback base. Go ahead and hike the ball here. As you see, we got to the hole a lot quicker. We're almost able to get the tackle as well. As you can see in the instant replay, we just got there a lot quicker, which created a lot of small areas of run space for the runner to get through, allowing our CPU defenders to really do a lot of the heavy lifting in this play. If you enjoyed today's content, make sure you guys stop on over at the VLP Discord, where we've got reroll trackers, we got player search tools, we've also got a Coach Dadum to help you with your in-game game plans. All right, in the second play, we're gonna do 45 quick base out of trips tight end. Again, cover three sky or a form of cover three. We're gonna do the same exact thing. Okay, inside shoulder of the running back. Okay, we just wanna make sure that we get to that hole a lot quicker than the running back does. And you can see, we're able to get to the backfield pretty quick. All right, for the second and final rep, let's go ahead and see if we can make this happen again. We hike the ball, we're able to get to the backfield, which allows our defender to help out and be able to get the tackle for a 2-yard loss. Our second question of the week in the Dadum's Digest is from our guy, Buddy Lee. And he wants to know, how do we stop those McToters who like to run I-form stretch all game long? Very similar to our pulling guard question from Backstabbeth, we're gonna come out in a cover three look. That gives us our force and cutback defenders to give us that outside leverage a lot easier than any other play. As you see, when we hike the ball, we're able to get that outside leverage, creating just a hodgepodge of people out on the outside to get that easy tackle in the backfield. As you can see, we got Cam Chancellor sealing the edge. He's able to get in and get the tackle for us super easily. We've also got Nolan Smith. He's got some really good outside leverage, which allows him to get into the backfield super easy. Now you might be thinking, does this work for the I-form tight stretch toters? It sure does. Let's go and hike the ball and see if this works exactly the same. And it does. So for you, Buddy Lee, The answer is cover 3 is your answer to be able to stop these McToters. And as you can see, Cam Chancellor sealing that edge really easily, which allows your defenders to get in and get that tackle. Okay, our third and final question is from our guy, Dre Dreezy 123. What's really nice about this question is he asks, is chuck out or bench press worth it? Definition of chuck out is defenders with this ability apply a bonus fatigue to their target after a successful zone chuck. The definition of bench press is defenders with this ability apply a bonus fatigue to their man coverage target after a successful press win. So by those definitions, you can tell that both of them are very similar in how they work. My answer to this, Dre Dreezy, is kind of worth it. Kind of. In this first rep, you see we've got bench press and chuck out to the left right there on Deion Sanders. We're gonna go ahead and do bench press first and see if he lights up. Okay, he does light up there, and you see how he's able to kind of stay with Brandon Marshall easily. In this instant replay, as you can see, he gets a successful press win, and you see how he's able to keep up with Brandon Marshall easily. Let's do one more rep here, and we're gonna actually put Brandon Marshall on a streak. When we hike the ball, you see how he doesn't activate, but he's still able to at least stay on top of that route. So in short, for bench press, if you do have the extra AP or it happens to be free, I do think it's worth it, but it only works occasionally. All right, in the second rep, we're gonna be going over chuck out. As you see on the left, we still got Deion with chuck out there going up against Brandon Marshall. I don't think chuck out is worth it. Let's go ahead and see if we can get it to light up. Doesn't light up right there. As you see, we're able to throw that streak down the sideline for a good chunk of yards. Okay, in the instant replay, you see we get the press animation or the chuck out, but you see that you can still dot zone up if you know what you are doing. All right, last rep to kind of show you that chuck out really isn't that worth it. Let's see if we can get it to light up. It does light up right there, but as you can see, we still can go ahead and get those guys open if you know how to dot up a zone coverage. On this rep, as you see, we do get this guy to light up, but you see, as long as you know how to beat zone coverage, I don't think chuck out is very, very important to have on your team unless it's free or unless you happen to be having extra AP laying around. Thanks for stopping by episode 1 of Dadham's Digest. We're gonna be doing this on a weekly basis, so make sure you get your questions in the Discord so that way you can be featured on one of our episodes. We'll catch ya in the next one.